Back of the envelope estimation in system design is basically a quick technique used to estimate traffic, storage, bandwidth, and system capacity. So the goal behind this estimation is to validate if a system can scale or not based on the assumption and approximations. Using this technique, we can estimate the resources, and based on that, we can also figure out the cost part. So whenever we talk about the estimation, we need to talk in terms of order of magnitude. Whether the 1 million users are going to use it, which is 10 per 6, or 1 billion, which is 10 per 9. Moving further, we need to memorize few golden numbers, which are going to be very useful in calculations further. So one day has around 86,400 seconds, which is approximately 10 power 5. And as we all know, 1 KB equivalent to 1 per 3 bytes and 1 MB equivalent to 10 per 6 bytes. And during the peak hours, we have seen that on an average traffic goes up to 10x or 5x. And read and write ratio we have observed 10 by 1. Now let's see one example of this calculation. So first we will assume that we are going to build up a system for around 10 million users, which is 10 per 7, and the request per user per day we are assuming would be 10. Now the total request would be total number of users multiplied by request equivalent to 10 per 8, which is 100 million a day. Now the queries per second, that would be a total request divided by total seconds in a day, equivalent to 1000 requests per second. Now the storage part, one request we assume that it is equivalent to 1 KB. So now the total storage would required for per request would be equivalent to 10 by 11, which is approximately 100 GB a day. Now the bandwidth is query per second multiplied by size per request, which is equivalent to 10 per 6 bytes per second, which is approximately 1 MB per second. During peak traffic, let's assume 3x calculation, so it would be approximately 3000 query per second. And yearly we would require total storage 10 per 11 multiplied by 10 per 2, which is approximately 10 per 13 bytes, which is 10 terabytes a year. So based on that, it will help us to understand how many resources would required or how many years would required to complete the development of particular system.